want, but hello everyone. My name is Kelly Dodge. I am a gold leader, and today we are going to continue on with our series on Canva. Today we are going to create a marketing flyer. Now, this marketing flyer could be used for any kind of marketing that you want to do. So it could be if you are team building or if you are looking to market a trip or just sales in general. So starting from home, I'm going to click on create a design, and that's going to bring me to my menu. I do have one brand template saved that I created to make it easier to make some flyers, but I am going to show you the different types that you can make. Now, this is going to depend on whether or not you are going to print this. If you're looking to print something, you're going to be looking for a different size than if you were going to say, just use it online, right? Keep in mind anything that you did create, like a poster to print, you can also use that online, and it's going to just size itself or resize itself so that you can use it on social media. As a matter of fact, most of my designs that I did for a little while, I was using poster size because I thought that I had to get access the poster content to get what I was looking for. And what it ended up doing was it ended up um they make them if you post it on social media, it ends up looking smaller than if I would have done just like an Instagram post for a square post, right? So your differences are going to be the sizes. So Instagram posts are square, and then Facebook posts are 940 by 788, right? And so uh Facebook is the one that's a little bit different. Now, here's the cool thing though. I have honestly been making all Instagram squares because they post just fine on Facebook. When you post it, it works. And then I don't have to convert or change anything if I want to use it somewhere else on social media. I do post to Twitter, I post to Instagram, um, Facebook, and I also have a TikTok. So I guess probably pretty much the only thing that I don't do yet is Pinterest, although I do have a Pinterest. I just haven't, it's not like I want it to start sharing it. And I don't do Snapchat. I I've never done Snapchat. I always thought it was just for kids. So I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So if you are going to be printing it and you want it to be like 8.5 by 9 so that you can post it, or yeah, like pin it to an actual bulletin board, real life bulletin board, not virtually, you're going to want to go to I'm going to go over here to let's see, let's load more. I'm just going to load more. All right, here are some common poster. But I'm just going to look for something that's going to be like a 8.5 by 11, just like your regular old um sheet of paper, right? Certificate. It doesn't really matter what you call it, I guess. I could call it a document even. I was looking for it to say regular, what's popular, let's see. Here we go, flyer. That's what it's called, flyer. I've been making flyers, not posters, flyers. Um, and so it's going to give you some templates that are already ready for you. Now, I have created one that I did a little while ago. I might be able to find it here in my projects, just to give you an example of what I'm going for here. All right. So I need to look at all my folders here. I have a lot of folders, so bear with me. It might be in here. Nope, that's not it. I did create that for team building though. But I have one that's got a map background. I'll just leave it. So let's go ahead and choose from the designs that they already have available to us. Let's look and see if we want to use them, right? So if we're doing a flyer, you can change the different templates. You can decide to use a marketing flyer, an advertising flyer, a business flyer. And that's really simple to do when you're just starting out, right? So you don't have to be creative and start from scratch. I do often start from scratch. So I assure you that you will probably, after you play with this for a while, you'll be able to start from scratch too, and be able to just, create whatever it is that you're thinking in your head that you want it to look like. What I often do is I will choose one of the templates, but I will chuck 90% of it. Maybe I just like this. Okay, so let's do this right here. So, this is free, so I'm going to choose to use this because it's free. I also like the bold colors, but you can always choose a different color. So this is a free. Anything that's not free is going to have the crown that'll say pro. You can even, if you're doing a free account, you can even go up here and you can, go to, one second. You can go to the filters and you're supposed to be able to choose free. Hang on. Where did it go? Well, maybe it's not on this part. Maybe it's on just when I'm choosing elements. It disappeared on me once before. That's weird. Okay. So, at any rate, I am going to start with this. Now, anything that you, that it's going to frame around when you hover over it, point your mouse at it or your cursor, is something that you can remove, right? So if I'm not interested in having these things, then I can just remove them. I'm simply going to click on it and click delete, and boom, it's gone. Now I'm going to tell you the first thing that I'm going to want to do with this is that if I'm hanging this up, right, I am going to use my Calendly. Now, if you are not using Calendly yet, that's totally fine. But I do use Calendly. So I want a QR code, right? But you can do a QR code for anything, right? All you have to do is have the link, and you can create QR codes right here in Canva. So I will be putting a QR code down here in this yellow section, and I'll make it in a little bit. I'll show you how to do that. So let's pretend that we are team building. Okay. Now, this is something, oh, I don't want to write team building. This is something that you can do right along with me if you want to. I know Jacqueline loves to take notes, so then you can practice when we're done. Either way works for you. Either way is fine, whatever works for you. I know that when I've been in training, sometimes like travel ad trainings or mock bookings, it is difficult when you're brand new to be able to toggle from one screen to another, and do your own while you're trying to watch what the trainer's doing. And if you are able to learn how to do a split screen, that does work a little bit better because then you don't have to toggle. If you have a home office and maybe you have an extra monitor, dual monitors work really great too. I know people who have more than two, three, four, five monitors in their office setups. And so that is great too. I have more monitors in my house, but I love to use my laptop and move around. So at any rate, I just wanted to let you know that it's totally fine. So let's say we're going to market this for team building, right? We want to build our team. We want $1,000 extra a month, right? So we're going to build our team. And so we are going to look for people who are interested in being a travel agent. So I'm going to do become a travel agent. Okay. Now, do you see how this kind of like, oh no, I don't want it to go over to 2 lines. I'm just going to stretch this out. So wherever these dots or what have you are there, I'm going to delete this, by the way. Okay. And now I want to center this. So when I'm centering, I am going to go up here, and I can choose alignment, and I can click center. Or there's another thing that you can do, and it's going to be over in this menu up top. And I am going to choose position. And so in the position, I knew that didn't center it. So I'm trying to move this little thing out of my way. So I click center and then it just centers it really nicely, right? You can also choose middle, top, bottom, whatever. So you could do middle, center, or you could do top, center, which is where that's at. But I don't want it at the tippy top. I want to bring it down a little. All right. And so that looks good for me. All right. And so then we are going to go ahead and put some information on here. Become a travel agent. All right, let's see. Um, let's see. I'm gonna put do earn great income. All right, we're just gonna say that. Now, that's too small for me for the statement that I'm trying to make. Whatever they had there wasn't really warrant the impact that I want this to have, right? Because this is going to be my sub, right? I want them to continue reading on, right? So we're catching their eye with this in bold, probably going to change the color. All right. Now that I look at this, if I'm going to keep it blue and yellow, I want that to pop as well. Right. And so then I always like to look at my fonts. I am very particular about my fonts. You don't want your fonts to look elementary. You don't want your fonts to look childish or uh, you want it to look professional when you are posting an ad in the public, right? So this is I'm going to put at my library. I already have these at my library. I post them on bulletin boards. When you go into a restaurant, they have usually a vestibule, and sometimes there's a bulletin board that people put their cards on. And I'm definitely going to put I'm going to put this on those kinds of boards, right? University, anywhere there's a bulletin board, maybe your break room if you work another job, absolutely anywhere you go. I even slip these inside of my catalog. So I have a lot of these printed out. I keep push pins in my tote bag that I have. And I make sure that I'm prepared to hang flyers, pin flyers, pin cards, do whatever. I make sure I got all my supplies in there, right? And if you guys haven't heard yet, I say this on every video. My goal is every day when I leave the house, I make sure I have a full tote bag, and my goal is to empty that tote bag before I get home. Right, so I'm dropping them absolutely everywhere I go. If there's a magazine area or waiting room, that's a great place to put your stuff. And so you can tuck these right inside. So that way, when you're handing out your brochures for a cruise or what have you, you're doing double duty. Maybe they want to earn a free cruise, right? We could definitely market that on here as well, which I like to put, right? 2 ways to earn a free cruise. If you guys have seen that, go ahead and follow me on Facebook and you can use any of that stuff as ideas, right? So my latest one was 2 ways to get a free cruise. Ask me how, right? And of course, there's a group cruise, which wouldn't we all love to just be booking a ton of group cruises? Obviously, if you're doing Royal Caribbean, for example, 8 cabins is 1 berth, 16 cabins is 2 berths or the entire cabin, right? So a berth is a person. So BERTH. So, if you have someone who wants to be the leader and create a group cruise, that's a win-win, right? I'm happy to give them my free cabin. And also, if we complete our princess training, we can get a free princess cruise. So those are 2 ways that is very big for attraction. I suggested doing this for like a community fair or festivals that we have. If you can get in and get a table, that would make a really nice big banner. Is to have a huge cruise ship on there. I would recommend that maybe use a non-identifiable cruise ship, just because one would be princess, one would be Royal Caribbean for sure, right? I kind of struggled with that. I think I did put an icon of the seas on there, but at any rate, I digress. I'll go off on a tangent if you guys don't stop me. So Earn great income. This isn't bright enough for me either, but I have already utilized my yellow. I don't know. I could do that. Earn great income booking on your own travel, or earn great income on your own travel and booking for others, right? Pretty simple to the point. And now here I'm just going to put um I'm trying to think of what I want for here. I'm gonna zoom in here. This is what I do because I'm old. But I'm just gonna put in here book cruises, resorts, hotels, etc. I don't like that creeped over. I could do the ellipses because I'm of that age bracket. All right, and then I can do no experience necessary. I'm just going to put needed, right? And then I'm going to put all training or full training provided. And I'm going to put a flexible schedule. And I am going to I'm going to add another one. Let's see if it lets me. No, it's going to make me put in a new bullet. On my other one, I have quite a few more. So I'm just going to copy this. So I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to actually duplicate it twice so that I can see it. And I'm just going to move it in line. It kind of tells you, what's in line. It's nice like that. And so now I'm going to add some text. So I could copy this, I think, which might be easier because then I won't have to mess with the font size, color, and font type. And so now what else was I going to say about it? Flexible schedule, um, uh, amazing travel perks. And then I'm going to duplicate this again. What else do I like to say? You can say whatever you want. No cold calling. No cold calling, and that's good. So I have done other designs that I include a lot more info than this, but I'm gonna get rid of this. Maybe I'm gonna put my phone number here so that they can call me or text me if they want. And so I will then do a different picture here, right? I think I might using travel perks. No cold calling. All right. So let's just choose another picture. We don't want this picture, right? So we're just going to click on here and it is going to ask us like, what do we want to do? And I'm going to delete this and it's going to ask me, do I want to delete the whole frame or do just the image? Right. And so I am going to delete. I'm actually think I'm going to delete the whole frame and I'll tell you why. I don't just want one picture here. I want to have a couple of pictures here. And so I am going to choose some different frames. And so I'm going to go to elements. Now, when you go to elements, it's going to show your recently used elements. Whoops. And so I do quite often use a frame. I can see it here, but you can just click on frame and it's going to give you all of these frame types. You can click see all, and these are all of the frames that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and do, rather than a circle, because I'm going to do, I have a circle and I have a square on here. I'm going to do a different shape. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of these. All right, so I can make this whatever size that I want. And if I want to do 2 or 3 of these so that I can put 2 or 3 pictures in here. I can even overlap them, but I will keep them all the same size. So now that I think that that looks like I could fit about 3 that size in here, I'm just going to go ahead and stagger them and overlap them just a bit, just to kind of give it a little cascading and fit in here. So not sure, not sure. Let's see. I need to have room for my QR code, but that's a pretty big area. So maybe I can fit 4 pictures in here. And honestly, what the deciding factor is going to be is what kind of pictures I find. I can even decide that, oh, maybe I want to have a long picture here, right? And so maybe I'll put a cruise ship here, right? That would be fun, right? We want things that catch their eye. I will tell you that one of the um main perks for me was that free cruise, right? I was looking for a job, I was looking for income. I'd always wanted to be in travel. But um that free cruise, I was super excited about that. All right, so I could stick this cruise ship in here, right? So if I go ahead and click it, it's gonna just put it on the page, and then I can drag it and drop it wherever I want, right? Maybe a different cruise ship would be a little more pop, but I do like that this kind of blends with the color scheme. It's got just the white and the yellow, so that's pretty cool. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and look for a few more pictures that I want to use that are travel related. So I have shapes, graphics. I can even use AI and generate my own images, or I can look through photos, right? So my photos, I can go ahead and look through recently used, or I can have recommendations, whatever's trending. And then, of course, I want to stick to ones that are free. And so you can go ahead and search. Let's say I'm looking for a all-inclusive resort. Whoops, if I could spell. Let's see if I find any pictures that are great, right? This is nice. This is nice, right? All of these are really, really great pictures. So if I'm looking for a free picture, am I finding anything that I love that's free? I'm not. So guess what I can do? I'm just going to open a new tab and I am going to just Google search, which actually my silly thing is being really weird lately and it's not Google searching, it's Yahoo searching. And even though I try to keep changing this to my all-inclusive resorts. And I'm just going to see, why are you doing that? Why does it continue to switch toward to pops it up? I think I have a pop-up blocker needs to get put back in. All right, so now any of these images are absolutely free, right? And so of course I want to show an absolutely beautiful picture that's going to show everything, right? Give them the kind of idea, um, something that looks absolutely dreamy, right? So I also want to make sure that my picture is clear. All of these are really great, to tell you the truth. Um, I think I'm going to do this. All right. Now I opened that up because I want it to be a little bit bigger so that when I copy and paste it, it is going to, oh, it's not going to let me. Oh, it did. I'm just hitting copy image. So I'm right clicking and clicking copy image. And then all I need to do is bring it over here and click paste. And then I can drop it wherever I want to drop it. Right. And so I'm going to choose to drop it where I'm going to get the best view of what I want to see in the picture. So let's drop it there and see. Not bad, not bad. I don't know if I want that my focal point. So here we go. I'm going to detach this image and I'm going to move it again, right? I can choose, I can go, you know what? I don't know if it looks great there. All right, maybe we'll stick it there. We'll see, right? If I don't like that, I'll just move it. I can detach it and move it over here, right? So we're getting, and then here's the thing. So I'm like, oh, well, that's stinks because it's blocking that cool corner of that picture, right? I don't need to see this white sky right here. So what I can do with this then is I've clicked on, as you can see, the ship picture, and now I'm going to look at the layering, right? And I don't want to send it all the way to the back. If I sent it all the way to the back, it's going to go behind my flyer. I just want to send it backward so that now the other picture is more in the forefront. And if I wanted to, I could pull it down a little bit. I could move it over a little bit if I want to make sure that, you can see it. But this is better, right? We don't need to see that plain blue sky. So let's find a couple other pictures, right? So now we're going to maybe look for, people don't all love to go to the beach. All right. So let's look for a mountain vacation and see what comes up, right? That's a pro picture. This is gorgeous. All right. This is free too. All right. We're just going to do it. We're going to go ahead and put this. I'm going to put this in the top, right? So that's gorgeous, right? I think that's in Colorado, maybe Whitefish area or maybe Whitefish area. Uh, anyway, let's see, where else? What else do we want to do? We did a cruise. What other kind of vacation? Let's see. Let's do a destination wedding. Why not? Let's see. Right? This might be nice. Let's put this. Let's put this. We won't put people in. We'll just put that in there, right? I don't know, whatever you feel like. Now there's some other things you can do with these pictures. So right now they're just kind of like freely just sitting there, right? Kind of remind me of the pictures we used to get printed when I was younger, right? They have those rounded edges you could get. So here is the border. So if I want to put a border on here, I can go ahead and put a border on all of these pictures. All I'm doing is clicking here and I'm clicking the border style, and I could choose different styles or a border, right? And so, whatever you feel like. I can also adjust the border weight, right? So I can really give it a border almost like it's matted. All right. And then I'm going to finish these and then show you one other thing that you can do to kind of make it meld together. So I can look at my color scheme. Now I don't have any black on this picture whatsoever. So if I wanted to, I could change this to match the document colors. And so I could give it a yellow border, right? And so I can just change it all. You see here, it just asks me, do I want to change all of the black to yellow? Sure. And then I can just click change all. And then it's going to change everything to have now this yellow border. Let me zoom back out here. I have to have it, whoops, maybe not that far. I have to have it out in because my old eyes here. I have to like get my face up to the screen. We're not going to say the B word, but I probably should have those kind of glasses. So, I don't like this font. I don't like the color of it. It's not, and I don't want it to say our services. And I was trying to think about, I could just put details. I could do details. That's fine. But I want this font to be changed. And so I want to change this to at least something darker, maybe the dark blue or yellow is not going to work, but I could do that. And again, it's going to ask me, do I want to change all the gray font to blue? Yep, change all. Right. So now it's change all. I don't love how this font here is smaller, but I don't think I can. Okay, that's about as far as I can go. All right. So, then now the only thing that you could put something else fun there if you wanted to put your face in there, if you wanted to advertise it as yourself. I'm going to show you one other thing. All right, so let's see. So I'm going to look at my uploads because I think that I did this the other day for a flyer, and so it might be in my fairly recent uploads, but maybe not. Maybe not. So let me go down here and see if I have it in here. Got everybody. Oh, okay, I do. Watch. So let's see what this would look like. Now I want to show you something. Now this is a pro version. This is a pro thing. Oops, I definitely don't want to do it, put it in there, but I want to show you this background remover. So this is a pro feature. But I believe if you're using the free trial, you can do it once. It'll let you like see what it does, right? So I could do a background remover and then it will just have me, and then I could be like standing in this. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Just hit back if it doesn't go. Now I'm going to send this backward. All right. Because I can already tell it's trying to. So I would just want to send it backward, but not all the way to the back. And I want to see if it'll come in behind these pictures without going into that picture. And I might not be able to do this. Maybe I'll make myself smaller. I'm kind of large here. Let's see. So if you want to show, now this is not a professional picture, and so I'm not going to use this because but this is just an example, right? I could slip this in and I could put this to send it backward again, and then hopefully I would be standing, or maybe I'll just pull this one forward. Hang on, this is what we do. We just play around. I'm going to bring this to the front. There we go. And so now I'm standing behind it, right? So then now I can move myself, right? And so um that's just an example of what you could do so that you are putting your face out there. Obviously, this isn't the most professional picture. This was just me, my daughter goofing around taking a picture of me before we went to a play, but so that's just an example of, how you can put your face on something, right? Because if people want to know that you're a real person, they want to know. So I would definitely get some nice professional headshots done. Like here is Corey's picture. She's got a really nice picture, right? It's a nice professional picture. Some of my agents have some really good professional shots that they've had done, right? She's a real estate agent, so she's got a lot of professional pics, which are going to go over, they're going to look nicer than if you like, oh, here's one of our agents on my team. She's an amazing, she just won one of the 40 under 40. She's a interior designer. So that's a professional picture. That's what I need to get done, right? But at any rate, just to give you an idea. So then now let's go to the QR code. We've got 20 minutes left. I want to make sure you guys can have ask some questions. So we are going to create a QR code. So the nice thing about Canva is that I can leave this document and I don't have to do anything. I don't have to save it. I don't have to do anything. It's automatically saved at whatever stage you are in creating the document. So I can get off of that. And now I'm going to create a QR code. So I'm just going to search in here, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of QR code makers, creators, but I'm pretty sure I've done it in here before. And I believe that is there any free? Yeah, here we go. This is a free one, right? So you can use this one or you can do this for free. Some of them are more, I really just want the actual QR code. I don't really want, all the extra, but that's okay. Scan me. That's nice. I want to try to skip to Okay. So I believe that I can change this here. So I'm just going to do this and try to do just maybe I'll do this one of three. No, I don't want three. But it always takes me so long to figure out what I want. This space is for your headline, this space. And then, okay, so that's a three-part card thing. Isn't this normal? Are these business cards over here? I feel like those are business cards. All right, I'm just going to do this one. All right, so customize this template. And so it's going to ask me for a link. right? It's going to ask me, I can change my color here. And so since I do have that flyer with all the blue and the yellow, I think I want this to pop. And so I'm going to try to find that bright yellow. All right. So that bright yellow is going, oh no, it's going to be on. I don't want a bright yellow because it's going to be on that yellow section. So let's do this blue. I'm not sure if it's the exact blue, unfortunately. And so then I'm just going to say schedule with me. All we're gonna do is we're gonna take this font down a little bit until it fits. Schedule with me. All right. Or contact me. Or yeah, schedule with me. It's fine. Right. And so then in here, I have to I need to create my QR code. Hang on a second. I thought it was like right in here. I know I've done this before. Let's see. Should do a whole thing on creating QR codes. Let me see if it's in here. Here we go. QR code, use the app. Oh, I could have just made it a graphic. That's what I'm going to do. See, we're all learning new stuff. All right, let me go back to my project. That's what I wanted to do. All right, so you don't even have to, oh, that was my most recent project. I was thinking that was, there we go, this one. Open this back up. And now I'm going to go back to elements. I'm just going to get in here to edit it. I just had to click into it. So then I'm going to click elements, and then I'm going to do QR code generator. And I am going to put in some graphic. If I already had a QR code made, I could just pop it in there, right? So I'll save it this time because I don't know what happened to the QR code that I created. All right, so now I'm going to open this app. This is an app that is like an add-on, I guess you would say. And so this is why I left this open. So I have my QR code or my Calendly link that I use, right? That's going to take them to my calendar. If you don't, you can do any URL. Maybe it takes them to your link tree. Maybe it takes them to your site. Maybe it takes them to you've created something so that it shows your phone number or your email or what have you. And so I'm just going to put that in here and it's going to generate a code. Easy peasy. Look at that. Look at how easy that was. Wondering why it was feeling so hard when I was trying to do it the other way. It's like, how did I do this? All right. So here we go. And so I can just put my own font in, or I can just set this to the side for a second and I can go back to the elements. I think this is what I want to do. I want to go back to the elements and I want to go back to QR code and I want to do something like this that has like a little scan me thing on it, right? So I kind of like this. It's pretty simple. Scan me. Scan, all kinds of different options that we have here. So this one looks free, but I wanted to say scan me, right? I like this, but because it would match, but it is gonna blend. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to see if I can put this in here and change the color. Yep. So you can change the color of anything. And so now, hold on, I got to get the Zoom thing out of the way. So now I can make it match the document colors. And now it's a dark blue scan me and I can make it smaller. Keep in mind that this is going to be the size of a normal sheet of paper. And so I am going to pop this in there and it's not a frame. So I am going here. I have two choices. I can either put this inside a frame so I can set it in there, or I can just make this look like it's going to fit, right? So then I have to also bring it forward. So I'm going to hit this, my layer button, and I'm going to bring it to the front because I want that QR code in the front. And here's where I do this. I get like way close up when I'm editing and making sure that things look good, and that is off. Do you see how that's off? But you couldn't see it. Well, at least my eyes couldn't see it. And so I want it to be right inside of there. And I don't want the thing to be there we go. So now it's centered and it looks nice and it says scan me. I don't like that scan me is in black. But that's okay. I don't know if I can change this color or not. I can do the transparency, border style. I don't know if I can edit it. No, I don't. Oh, that's trying to do the code. Nope, I don't want to do that. Okay. So that still looks like it's pretty centered. I just wish that the scan me was in white. If I had created this and if I could edit it, I would definitely make that white. Oh, I can see the black color. I'm going to change to white. There we go. And that should do it. No, the black. I want to be white. There we go. Scan me. Anything can be changed. So you see how we took that basic thing and we changed it. I mean, I could have changed this color. See, you just go in here. I could change this so that it wasn't a white circle. I could change you know, any elements of this. And I feel like this is not bright enough for me, but I don't want it to overpower my headline. So I'm going to do something to this. Actually, I'm going to click effects, and we've got a couple of effects. We can do a shadow. We can do, it started with none. We can do a lift. We can hollow it. We can splice it. We can outline it, which I think is what I want to do. It's one of my favorite things to do is outline it. Neon is an option, but I would rather just do the outline. So it makes it pop, but it's not going to overpower. And I will show you one other little trick here. Oh, like I always put my link tree at the bottom too. I'm not going to do that for this right now, but that would have been a great idea to put in here as well. So I'm pretty much done with this. I'm okay with it. I could have I could add more, but I really want them to be able to concentrate on the message that I'm sending, which is just become a travel agent, blah, 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 blah. Right. And I would have been more thought out about this, just so you guys know. I probably wouldn't have put this exact thing in here and I probably would have made it longer. I don't know what I would have done. At any rate, so I'm going to click share. So this is how you're going to get it so that you can print it, right? And so we're going to do a couple of different things. So you can do, I do want to show you this right here before I'm done with it. I'm going to click this more. So when you do more, there should be a spot on here where it will ask me for if I want some advice. I don't know if it's this page or not. Hang on. Or I could just straight up go to the download. Maybe it's on that next one. Template, save to folder, QR code, send a phone, embed. Okay. So all I'm going to do now is I want to go back one. All right. So I normally go here and then I click download. All right. And then I have to click download one more time. Right. And so I usually like to keep it as a PNG. I'm going to download it. All right. So that would have cost you $3 if you didn't have Pro, by the way. That's why it says you saved $3 because you have Pro. So this would have, if you don't have, so it's also going, now it's going to ask me where I want to save it. So I'm just going to save it in where I save everything. But it also gives you the option to print, but it's an arm and a leg. Like I'm not paying them $38 to print this. I mean, I don't know how many flyers you even get. 50 flyers. I mean, come on, 50 flyer. I can buy a brand new printer with the ink included for that, right? So then you can just, print this on your own, or you go to Staples or whatever if you want to have it printed that way. But that's pretty much just a normal, very basic flyer. So that gives you the idea of, how to create something very basic.